Today, I will present to you this talk, which is named Distretto Tecnologico Aerospaziale, which is our company, as platform for UAS cargo service growth. In particular, I'm going to talk to you about the case of the Grottaglie Airport test bed and the Bari Open Innovation Hub project that we are bringing to us, developing in this year. So going straight, this is Distretto Tecnologico Aerospaziale. We are a no-profit consortium company located in the Apulia region. We are joined by all the aerospace leading companies and 3 universities and 2 public and 2 private research organizations. We provide, as a no-profit consortium, we provide engineering services. We ideate and lead the research and innovation project, and we build, of course, a relationship to ideate and lead the research innovation project. The main mission is for the DTA is to increase the value of the regional and Italian aerospace sector. Few numbers. These are the few numbers of the main members of the Distretto Tecnologico Aerospaziale with the DTA. As you see, we have huge international cooperation and enterprise which work with us in all the aerospace projects we are bringing together or bringing in developing during this year. In particular, our competencies are industry, advanced air mobility, and soft skill. For what regard industry, I can tell you about system and production, aerospace propulsion system, earth management, space. For what regard instead, the advanced air mobility, which is the talk today, actually we work for cybersecurity, we research for new urban air mobility solution, and of course we work also in all what is regarding the technology transfer from US and urban air mobility. For what regard this soft skill instead, we work a lot with universities and schools for high value training, and of course we also bring together international and national networking. Why we speak about UAM? Well, because in these days, in the next years, we will see that cities will be experiencing dynamic and rapid transformation towards decarbonized and, of course, sustainable urban system. And so this means this future transformation will shape the urban mobility system of our cities. So we will expect a third layer for the city mobility. And the DTA wants to contribute to this new air mobility system, new concept of air mobility. And so we design and we are testing and we are developing two main projects. One is the Grottaglie Airport test bed, and one is the Bari Open Innovation Hub. Bari is the main city of our region, which is the Apulia region. In this talk, I'm going to explain you much better what does it mean for us, the Grottaglie Airport test bed and the Bari Open Innovation Hub. So this is in framework, as you see in background, is the Grottaglie test bed. This is the CTR, mainly CTR, or the zones of the airport. And so what is the Grottaglie Airport indeed? Actually, is one of the longest, actually is the longest runway in Italy. It is close to the Boeing facility where the cargo freighter, so what is known the Dreamlifter, lands and take off from Grottaglie to pick up the Dreamliner cabin for the fuselage, Dreamliner fuselage and whatever. And these fuselage are then bring to the Boeing factory in Charleston. And also from the July 2018, the same airport was chosen by the Italian legislature, and also from the European point of view as commercial spaceport. For what regard instead us, well, we can say that the Grottaglie is a fully equipped low traffic airport. It has a large runway and as you see, also it has a sparsely populated area. So it's a good place to experiment, to take experimentation. So in this framework, we lead the project which is called Grottaglie Airport Test Bed. And so for us, the Grottaglie Airport Test Bed is a large and restricted test area in which we can fly in VLOS, VLOS, and VRLOS mission. And we can give to our client or shareholders, stakeholders, or whatever, test engineering and risk assessment, flight test authorization procedure, simulation and emulation, live testing, provision of logistics services, airport coordination, and of course, exploitation of the airspace. So in our vision, the Grottaglie Airport Bed allow testing for early innovation processes, and also you have prototype under realistic condition. What you can offer, so are equipped office, data center, space services in the sense of SATCOM and GNSS, drones, because we have some drones for experimenting, and of course also hangars. So you can see on this picture all the possibility we can give you, and in particular, on the right down side of this slide, you can find also the flight simulator of the Solo, which is an unmanned of Leonardo X Augusta Westland. In our sense, in our vision, the Grottaglie Airport Test Bed is a diffuse and networks infrastructure. As you can see, we work together with the INAC, which is our Italian authorities, control authorities, ENAV, Telespazio ASI, which is the Agenzia Spaziale Italiana, ESA, of course, it is the European Space Agency, and also the Italian Center for Aerospace. Together with this, we also work together with Leonardo, the X space, and also with Rochiset for all what's regarding the unmanned and the space telecommunication. I'm going to describe to you two main projects, and then we are going to go in deep in one European project we are developing. The first project here is ICARO, which is the acronym for EGNOS Civil Aviation Roadmap. And as you see here in this June, the Skeldar, the UMS Skeldar operator with its V150 platform was operate a localizer performance with vertical guidance. The approach procedure, as you see on left, was completely in BVLOS and was designed by the INAV, which is help us to design the operation and the procedure, all the procedure operation. The partnership of these projects were the ENAV, which were leading us, the Planetech, and UMS Skeldar. What we provide to MS Skeldar and what we provide for this project is all the support services for the flight test design, the US operation authorization, experimental environmental setup, flight operation coordination, and all the flight test reporting. The second project I would like to introduce you is what is called Aerospace in Air project, in which is an Italian ministry development project. We are experimenting the way to insert this way, the Aerospace into a non-segregate, unsegregate ATM space. In particular, what you will see here, that in February, we are going to fly with a Solo helicopter, Solo unmanned in this case, the Solo is a Leonardo unmanned, is a heavy and bulky, as you see, unmanned vehicle, and it will carry out some testing, a series of testing experimental flight in BRLOS under SATCOM supervision. The SATCOM supervision will be made by the Athena Fidus satellite that you see here on these slides. In particular, will be the case of this next February 22. On your left, instead, you see the path that the unmanned helicopter is going to have, starting from the Grottaglie Sport, the Grottaglie airport, so the lifting on, and then going to the sea, as you see. The third project I will going to discuss with you, or we're going to introduce you, is a European project, is an Horizon 2020 project. It is named Assured UAM. With Assured, we are working with a partnership, different partnership, as you see, Poland, Holland, and Portugal, Portuguese partnership, and we are going to, with Assured UAM, we are going to provide support and assistance for the implementation of what does it mean vertical transportation system. And we are going to work in 3 main overpopulated cities in Europe. One is Żytomierz in Poland. The second will be Porto, and the third one will be Bari, which is our city in particular, where we are going to have more and more experimentation in real urban environment. So the main mission of the Assured UAM is to identify trends, mega trends in the key area to what does it mean, best practice, standardization, recommendation, and solution for the city administrative for having vertical liftoff, vertical flight, and whatever. We would like also to assure broad and comprehensive organization and policy definition support, and also we would like to become the first and most powerful contributor for the climate neutral urban transportation in 2015. So what we are going to do, we are really looking at the scenario with some use case that we are going to understand, we are going to study much more better in 5, 10, and 15 years time frames. We are going to make knowledge and policy recommendation. We are going to create standards for product and processes for the future. In particular, we are going to see these time frames, 2025, 2030, and 2035, in which, as you can see, we are going to implement more and to widen more and more the solutions and the technologies that we can use. For the 2025, of course, we are going to speak and we are going to understand which would be the main location for vertiports and what does it mean, what would it mean flying on taking on from vertical in the city. And then we are going to upgrade this vision, launching or seeing what does it mean implementing artificial intelligence system in urban flight supervision. And then in the 2035, we are going to upgrade much more the artificial intelligence system for what would be meaning having heavy cargo transportation, and of course, people transportation, which is the main understanding of the urban air mobility path. We, at this time of the project, we write down some use case definition that we want to go in deep. We are going to deepen, and it will be 6 use case definitions. As you see, most of them are focusing what does it mean goods transportation. So we are going to have straightforward last mile to delivery for goods, point-to-point public services for goods, advanced last mile delivery for goods, point-to-everywhere public services for goods, medical transportation of people, and personal transportation for goods. So as you see from these slides to the second one, the use cases are going to be more and more complicated. So, but complicated means also more and more business model oriented. These last two slides and the, let's say these 6 use cases are going to be overlap on what we are going to do into the Bari Open Innovation Hub. So if we use the Grottaglie Airport testbed as experimental test bed for new processes and new products, where then we are going to Bari, to the city of Bari, to experiment them, to experiment new processes and new business model and new prototypes for the real into real environment. And so we are going to work into what is the Bari Smart City program of the city municipality of Bari. And why we're doing this? Because Bari is one of the 5 Italian cities chosen by the Italian Civil Authorization Authority for the urban air mobility, for the experimentation of urban air mobility, and by the Italian Minister of the Economic Development for the 5G experimentation. So we are going to use the best or the cutting edge technologies for communication, so the 5G. Then we are going to what we had that in the last year we signed a kind of cooperation agreement by the DTA, the Bari, and the ENAC for what? To promote the urban air mobility services in Bari into what is the Smart City program. And so we are going to promote new research innovation projects, engaging technology stakeholders for what? To solve the urban problems and needs that the Bari has, the city has. And we are going to do it under the umbrella of the ENAC, our authority, for what regard or the regulation and technology maturity for urban air drone trade. And so with Bari Open Innovation Hub, which is a 4-year program now, we're going to develop innovating urban services, which are enabled by 5G technologies and artificial intelligence. And of course, our focus is on working in people, and mostly in this case for goods transportation, so for cargo transportation. And so what we are going to do is to innovate the services. In particular, we are going to introduce urban air services, allowing design on new governance policies and new business model, which is the main intent, our main focus. Where we are going to do it? Well, we are going to do it into the Fiera del Levante, which is the so-called urban test range chosen. It is a city district dedicated to business, culture, and technology. You can see here some picture that I just taken to you. You see is a little village into the city, and it can be the right place to have a real condition, a real environment for experimentation, but of course is a segregated environment. So it's not an open city, but is constrained, but is a real environment, which is not is not something that you can find easily in city and whatever. So at the end of my presentation, what I want to tell you is just a conclusion that we are going to going forward in ideate and leading research innovation project using these main two assets, let's say, so the Grottaglie Airport Test Bed and the Bari Open Innovation Hub. So one is for experimentation and demonstration scenarios, UAM scenarios, and the second one instead to have innovative urban service. So at the end of this talk, I want to ask you if the DTA can be a value, can be a partnership, your partner for value creation about your cargo processes. So thank you.